Celebrations are a tradition that span place, culture, and tradition. To celebrate means to commemorate, to recognize, to acknowledge, to honor, and to remember. Who remembers the game show Family Feud? Okay, they took a survey of 100 people and they asked them this question. Name a reason that you would congratulate someone. I'm looking for the top 6 answers.
Marriage.
Marriage, that was our top answer with 27 people.
Children.
Children, birth of a baby was 3rd with 21.
Birthdays.
Birthdays, birthday was the last one with 5 people answering.
Graduation.
Graduation was the 4th with 12.
Anniversary.
New job, that was 2nd with 25. Anniversary, survey says, no. One more reason why you would congratulate someone. Well, there's probably more, but one on the survey.
Job well done? Or?
No, it's if you win something, like the lottery. Congratulations on winning. That was also the 5th one with 5. So as you may know, I am finishing off my level 5 with the Strategic Relationships Pathway. And one of the options that I had was to do a High Performance Leadership Project, or HPL for short. The purpose of an HPL, coming from Toastmasters, says that it is for a member to apply his or her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. I chose to take on the planning of our club's 40th anniversary, which happened last week. For those of you who were there, I hope you had a really great time. And I had 3 Toastmaster members volunteer to be part of my guidance committee, so an appreciative shout out to Tammy Burnett, Marcy Field, and to Daniel Mitchell-Tree. Today I'd like to use the acronym HPL to walk you through the highlights, the different perspectives, and the lessons learned. My hope is that something in my reflections will resonate with you and will encourage you to take that for your next event. Time constraints or budget limits or availability. But it was great to work with them and to listen to their ideas. And I love seeing how all the pieces fit together. So for example, Tammy and Daniel, they took over booking the room and the caterer and asking the treasurer of the club for a bigger budget so that we could have more fun. And then Marcy took over collecting all the pictures for the slideshow and taking on the creative task of being the table topics master. With everyone pitching in so effectively, when it came to the actual event, I got to sit back and relax and enjoy the event. It was fabulous. I thought the food had a great selection, and the Toastmaster and all the speakers were carefully selected. What a great way to celebrate. And as an aside, we have an annual end-of-year potluck that's coming up on the last Tuesday of June, and the role of chair for the special event is still open. So if you'd like to have some input or maybe some control over what foods are coming in so you too can enjoy a great event, I encourage you to nominate yourself for this role. P is for perspective. Working with a team can sometimes be daunting, overwhelming, intimidating, even a little messy. But not with my team. They were top-notch. They were on task during meetings. They were willing to take action and responsibility. They were self-motivated. They really were a dream team. What I appreciated about their perspectives is that they had ideas that I hadn't even thought of. And sometimes what was important to me wasn't always what was important to them. And so those were good things for me to work through and acknowledge. And some people felt very passionate about something that wasn't even on my radar. So it was great to have the perspective of the collective for this project. It was good for me to realize, as an example, that when you invite the general manager of floor to come to a meeting, that you have to be flexible and willing to change things a little bit so it fits his schedule and not exactly what it says on the written agenda. There were times when I needed to listen and acknowledge someone else's experience and values and incorporate them into my thinking and my way of doing things. Seeing the event planning from other people's perspectives was valuable and a great growing opportunity. L. L is for the lessons learned. Part of an HPL is to receive evaluations back from your committee members. And through these, I was reminded of how important it is to be open-minded, to be a good listener, and to be flexible. Some of these things I did well, and some of them I can still work on. For example, being part of a committee is an opportunity to get to know people better, and to deepen relationships. And so one thing that I need to work on is not focusing so much on the tasks and on the end goal of the actual event, but also focusing on the people that I'm working with and becoming more attuned to what they're going through in their personal lives, as well as being focused on the committee. Another example is Daniel had to fly out east and spend an extended period of time with family. And I wrote a quick email, with an encouragement for him, and then got back on task of making sure that his responsibilities were absorbed by the other team members. So I know that I can work on being more compassionate. Another lesson that I learned is that next time we could advertise, perhaps, on different skill sets. We realized that the four of us were actually all minimalistic when it came to decorating. And so we could have asked someone who was passionate about visual ways of celebrating and adding that to our community. One final lesson, although there are many more, is regarding communication. Even though I felt that I was really well organized and planned, I could have and should have sent out an agenda for every single meeting, just so that everybody else knew what we were doing. And then also done meeting minutes as a follow-up, just in case someone forgot to write down what they were responsible for, we would have a way of having that as an example for that. So lots of lessons learned. What's your next celebration? Is it a birthday? Father's Day? Graduation? Canada Day? An anniversary? There's lots of reasons to celebrate. I encourage you to consider applying the HPL principle and reflect on the highlights, others' perspectives, and lessons learned so that the next event on your calendar will be an even greater celebration.